Hello, today we're looking at compound interest again, but this time we're going to be working backwards to find missing values. Sometimes we will need to work backwards from a total that we know to find a missing value. For example, James invested an amount of money into his bank account for 3 years at an interest rate of 4% per year, compounded monthly. If the final balance was $16,909.08, what was the initial investment to the nearest dollar? So, in this situation here, we are told the final amount in the bank account. We don't know what the principal is. We are told that the rate is 4% or 0.04. We're told it's compounded monthly, which is 12 times per year. And we know the time is 3 years. So, as far as an equation goes, this is what we know so far. But the missing value is the principal. So we're going to solve this by using our ClassPad. Okay, so my ClassPad's turned on. So what I want to do to solve this equation that we've written is I want to go to Action, Advanced, Solve. Now I want to start typing in my numbers so I can work out what the answer is going to be. So now that solver's open, I can start inserting my equation. So first of all, $16,909.08 is equal to, so I'm going to use this equal symbol here. Now you can use any variable you want. I'm going to use y because it's just different. Y times bracket 1 plus, now if I want to do a cheeky fraction, just go shift divide. And we're going to type in 0.04 on top of 12, tap right, close bracket, to the power of, open bracket, 12 times 3. Now don't press exe just yet. There's one more thing we need to do. Now this is a slightly more complicated equation that we're trying to work out. So what we need to do is tell the ClassPad to tell us what y is. So even though we've used y, the ClassPad won't exactly know what y is. So if I just press exe now, it's going to say no solution because the ClassPad can't figure it out. But if at the very end of my text here, or my equation, I just add a comma and then y, and then I close my bracket, I'm just saying, hey ClassPad, here's my whole equation. Please tell me what y is. And the ClassPad is very happy with that answer. So if you're ever getting no solution as part of your answer, one possibility is you have just forgotten to tell the ClassPad right at the end what it is you want. So in this case, it's saying y is $15,000 and 1/10 of a cent, pretty much, or 2/10 of a cent. So we would say to two decimal places, $15,000 was the principal. We can also use the finance tool to find missing values in the compound interest formula. For example, Emily has $30,000 that she wants to invest into a bank account. Emily's goal is for the money to grow to a total of $50,000. She is willing to invest the money for 5 years. So assuming the interest rate is compounded quarterly, what interest rate to 3 decimal places would be needed to meet her goal? So let's work out the numbers we know. We know her goal is to have $50,000 in total. We know she's starting with $30,000. We don't know what the rate is. We know the number of periods per year we're compounding is 4. And we know 5 years have gone past. So we're now going to switch to the finance tool to work out this missing rate. Okay, so we're going to try using the finance tool to solve Emily's problem here. So we're going to go to the menu. Now this is your menu here. We go drag across to the right and we're going to choose the financial tool again. Now, if you're on this menu here, we just want to choose compound interest. Now, what do we know? Emily has $30,000 that she's investing. So this is going to be our previous value here. And remember, because we're investing the money, we want to represent that by using a minus symbol. So we're giving $30,000 to the bank. There are going to be no payments made on this. This is just $30,000 given, and we're just forgetting about it. We know the future value is going to be $50,000. And at the very end, we want to take the money out of the bank and give it back to us. So this is why we're going to use a positive value of $50,000. The simplest way to think about it is if you're giving money to the bank, use a negative. If you're getting money out of the bank, use a positive. So we want this to be $50,000 at the very end. Now the money's going to be invested for 5 years. So I know it's going to be 5 years, but remember, we're talking about compounding quarterly. So how many quarters are in 5 years? Well, I'll just go 5 times 4 is 20. We're going to be doing this for 20 quarters. So because we're compounding quarterly, we're going to change this number down here to 4. And just remember, because we're not doing any payments, just so the ClassPad doesn't have a sad day, we're just going to make this the same number 4 here. So with everything filled in, all we have to do is just press I% and we get our answer here. It looks like it's 10.348% will give us our $50,000. Now, just to check my answer, I typed this on the main section of the ClassPad. So I typed in my equation 30,000 times 1 plus, and I used the answer we got, so 10.348% as a decimal there, over 4 to the power of 4 times 5 is $49,999.75. Now, you might be wondering, hey, that's not exactly $50,000. Is something wrong? Well, it's only because we went to 3 decimal places. When we're talking about thousands of dollars, the decimals do matter. So if we went to maybe like 5 or 6 decimal places, this would be very, very, very close to $50,000. So the rounding does affect what the answer looks like, but we have answered the question by going to 3 decimal places. So overall, to answer the question, the interest rate needed to be 10.348% in order to get that $50,000 total. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully that makes sense. Hopefully you're becoming familiar with using the ClassPad, and hopefully you were able to use the finance tool to work backwards to get your answers. Any questions, let me know down below. Have an awesome day.